Hello and welcome back to Factorio. I'm Ivan and this is my ride from something like this to Megabase, because something like this is getting pretty close to the rocket. At this spot, if I was playing a normal series like I usually do when playing vanilla, I would have channeled all the materials into building a rocket and good game, done. But for now, I'm going to keep expanding and see if we can get to a spot where we shoot a rocket a minute or something like that. So for that, we need to expand, and for that we need scary stuff, because I find it really scary to start building rails. Now, I'm also going to do a tiny bit of stuff first before I start the rails, because when building those, it would be really nice to have the power armor with personal roboports, possibly lasers, and at least the movement speed increase items. So, tiny bit here. This guy has, both of them say 1,000, so for this one to work it needs to be more than 1,000, for this one to work it needs to be less than 1,000, so when it's exactly 1,000 none of them work. So this one isn't feeding the belt at all. So I'm going to turn this one up to 2,000 just in case we need many rails set, and then this one is going to run as well, as long as it's 1,000 plus. So when I loot this chest, which I will soon, then this one will stop and it will hurt our science. So at some point, I guess, that's going to change. Now, I'm also going to prioritize here, because for now, I think it's more important to get these ones, the productivity ones. Now, power armor done. I'm going to get the automated rail research. I'm also going to put up a box for these fellers, these low density structure, because so let's make 5 stacks of those, because we need them to make the armor now, the armor itself there, and it's also needed for this one, the fusion reactor, and that needs 50. So I'm going to let this fill up with 100. It's going to take a while, but that's fine. And right now our research is really struggling, but that's fine as well. Now I'm going to move these turrets a bit. I'm going to move them up here, like so, and then I'm going to do a copy here. Just this part, that's tier 1 and 2. And I'm going to place it there. And when this is placed, I didn't copy the inserters. Now that's completely fine, because I have to modify it anyway with the recipe. So we get all of them here. And then there was something else I was going to do. Oh yes. Well, this is building before I set it up completely. I'm going to look at the accumulator crafting, and let's do more research. Because the accumulator machines here, there is a mistake on this circuit condition, because I never set anything there. I forgot to copy paste. So this hasn't been active at all, but for some reason one can keep up anyway. I also learned something very neat. The upgrade planner, if it's empty like this, it will try to upgrade anything. So you see, it will upgrade belts, machines, undergrounds, it will upgrade the inserters and all the things. So I'm going to have an empty one to upgrade stuff like that. I'm also going to do this at these ones. So that was really nice information. So thank you for that. That was KatherineOfSky. She told me yesterday. And that's that. We fixed the rails. We fixed the the rails are building now. Fixed accumulators, making sure that we have more that can be built. Right now, we don't have enough accumulators, but let's see. There is not many of the solar arrays either, solar panels. So holding off a bit on those and setting up the efficiency modules. I have to start with efficiency 1 though. There, and then efficiency 2. Okay, and I guess efficiency 2, and we only need maximum 50. I think when we get to 50, I'm going to copy that down here. These are connected to the logistic system, so it doesn't matter which chest they are in. And that's very convenient because I don't know which chest will get the most of them. And it's also outside the area now, so let's set up one here. That's actually quite convenient. And then, yeah, one here, sure. Okay, and those are powered and nice. Now, it will probably take, ages, but that's fine. I'm also going to do the inserter capacity at some point now, probably right now. Fluid wagon, sure, let's get the fluid wagon. And then I'm also going to request, we have 50 of these, so that's fine. And request the productivity modules so we can place them. Now, I'm going to prioritize something else as well. I'm going to prioritize this one to the right. I might change this back, but hopefully this will make the modules craft a bit faster and we can get the armor. So fluid wagon, and let's start the research on the equipment things. And I think that's here. Yeah, it needs to go through the portable solar panels, which is quite funny because we already have the research for the fusion reactor. I thought I did at least. Yeah, we already have that, but we still need to research these. Apparently these are upgraded now though, so they aren't as useless as they used to be. So I probably should have done that a while ago and made the previous power armor instead. But for now, it's fine. I'm just going to run through all of these researches quickly while I set up the, I believe it's the final thing before starting the rails, and that's the new belts. Oh no, it's not the final thing because I'm going to connect more copper because this is completely pointless. Let's see, exoskeleton, and we need not discharge, personal rubber parts, that's fine. Let's see, steel plate battery, blah blah, and personal rubber part 2 needs, that's really expensive. Okay, let's make them anyway and watch our factory struggle, I guess. Personal rubber part, sure, and one more. Now let's see, undergrounds and belts and splitters. The splitters need red chips, so I'm going to drag this up here. And this is also putting a strain on our factory, but that's completely fine. Let's see, I think it could be one. Let's try. Bye. No. Okay, so here well, I guess we had to tear down those anyway because of the out tunnel here. Okay, and you need to move one up and like so, and so, and no, not removing this because this is for something else. It looks so mal placed, that one, misplaced. It looks like I messed up, but I don't think I did. Also need to drag the lube up here, so that's a fitting location. I think I'm also going to get the inventory upgrade in the armor that gives us the ability to ignore belts, because sometimes it's very convenient to not have to deal with that. And there. Now, this is going to blow up our base basically on iron as well, which is always fun. So I'm going to do a bit of upgrading there. And like so. Now you have the lube and you have the chips. So those three, that's fine. Those three, that's fine. And those two, that's fine. We also need output, so put them in providers like that. And so how many undergrounds? I think I'm going to leave 100. So, but I'm going to use the logistic network again. So 100 in the logistic network. Less than 100. Good. I'm also going to have 100 splitters, which I set up like so. And then you are going to make 1,000 blue belts. And let's power all this up. I think we can use a substation because they are very convenient. And then we can sit back and look at the factory just blowing up. Now, this is completely wrong. And there, okay. Now, you need way too many things, and that's these. So I'm going to use the upgrade planner and upgrade these. So convenient. That upgrade planner is so convenient. Okay, personal rubber part is done. Personal laser defense, sure. And then let's go make a tiny bit of spaghetti, because I want copper to be a tiny bit more copper. Let's go with that. And that's going to be fixed down here. So I'm going to drag the copper. Let's see, I think it's going to be there. Yeah, that's fine. And there. Now I need to drag the belt up, and I can connect. Let's see, if I connect this is going to be squiggly and fun. Like so. Then you connect there, and you connect there, and you connect there. That's the fourth one. It's already connected down here. So I was going to drag this belt up a long time ago, but I completely forgot. Which I guess is understandable, because there's been so much going on in this factory now. There we go. So now we have copper just up here, and this is still 1.5 belt for each side. That's fine for now. It's not fine for later, but that's a later problem. And then we drag this just all the way to the copper. I guess if we do it from space, it might be faster. Just have to make sure that everything is inside the building area, which it looks like it is. And a tree is in the way, sure. Like so. And this is probably outside the building area, yeah. But then again, I can expand it. So Control V and get it lined up along here, along here, along here. And for some reason I can't reach this. Huh. There, and you need to be removed because we're going to have to place a splitter. There we go. I might do priority on that one later, but we'll see. And there we go. All the way built from space. This is also outside the building area. So need a couple of more. This is a good location. And power for you there. And let's see, expanding down here. It's a bit of a gamble almost to expand down because biters might be interested in eating these, and that's a bit annoying. So we have to expand our turrets as well, but I guess we have to anyway because the turrets might want to eat our belts. Now this is going to fit nicely actually. Maybe in the middle here. Well, it looks nice, sure. And then power and power, like so. As once it expands, it's directly out. Okay, so copper complete. Research is close to complete now. What else do we need? Shield, personal battery, the belt immunity thing. That's a quite fast research as well. Might as well go get all of these. Okay, and now we need to set up the rail stuff as well. Now these have very easy recipes. This one is a bit more complicated. It's steel and a craft of iron. So I'm going to do this down the lane. And where? Because I want to do it after these get in. Actually, that doesn't matter now that we have dragged copper all the way. So I'm going to build it by the other stuff. And moving back there, energy shield complete. Let's get one more. And then this is nice, it's already working quite well. And then the next time I'm going to make a big base, I'm going to make this a tiny bit bigger, as in wider, so we can add more stuff. Ah, there we go. There we go. I'm going to prioritize this for the incoming stuff. Because I don't want these to run out sooner than they have to. So prioritize that. So it backs up here. That's fine. Then that can supply whatever is needed when we are running low. So battery is probably needed, at least if we're going to do laser defenses. This is so nice. All of the copper and 1 belt of copper means 1 belt of greens, and that will make the greens back up, hopefully, and everything will be good. Good. Okay, train stuff. Iron and green. Also need to make all of this. Probably artillery wagons as well. But that's going to be later in the bus, I think. So for now, let's just set up this so we can start building the rails, because that's what I want to do. I kind of want to make a blueprint library for that. And let's go up here. You can go away and be moved there. Sure. That means you can go away as well. Okay. Why? Okay. Oh, it looks so nice, this science thing. I like it. And don't need those anymore. Those can be upgraded. So, rail signal. Iron and green. That's fine. I'm going to move the belt, actually. I'm going to split it here. Move it here and across here. I know it's really thinning out, but that's fine. And up next to this. Okay. So we have signals and signals. I have actually never in my life placed a chain signal, so that's going to be fun to do. That's these two. And then you are going to be the stops, but the stops also need steel. So let's drag this up, and maybe let's see if this one just goes there, and we can turn this, because this is the end of the line for this shop. Unless we expand it this way. I actually can't do that when this is mined out. So rail signal, chain signal, and train stop. And not the train stuff, because you're going to be iron sticks. Like so, with the red one there. And then you are going to be the what's it called? The train stops. Okay. Like so, and red ones here. Good. Power and power. I know everyone who watches is probably crying on the inside now, but that's fine, because I am kind of as well, because this is a mess. But I don't want to do it bot based, because I want to... Let's see. Let's actually put iron sticks in a box as well, so we can get that later. And then let's have 50. Let's do 100 actually, just in case. I have no idea how much we're going to need, but I'm going to have these on the rail system. So when it's when I am building it, I'm going to use blueprints. So it might be nice like that. Let's see. And 100 of the iron sticks in the system as well. That means I can request it to somewhere else that doesn't need a lot of it. And 100 train stops. That's way too much. So let's tone you down to 50. Set. Okay. Good. Now we have all the parts needed to start building rails, and there's not that much time right now for it. Ah, this is nice. This is nice. It's filling up. Why are you not eager to build? Because now we are out of iron. And that's going to be fine the second this one is complete, because then it will back up. So I'm not going to do anything about the iron right now, even though this looks pathetic. But that's fine. There's going to be so much building going on with the rails now anyway, so it doesn't matter if something is struggling somewhere. But I'm still going to place, let's see, do we have the beacons? Yes. So what I'm going to do here, looks like plastic is an issue as well. I'm going to cut this and only use the lower part here. And then make, not in those, probably in these instead. Don't have enough, but some help. And should probably do it here instead, but we need to start somewhere, and right now, let's see, what's the struggle over here? There's no struggle. That's very nice. No output though here. Ah, geez. So the output is done with the wrong item in mind, and that's such an easy thing to forget when I copy pasted it from the... No, actually it is correct. But do we have them? No, this is the problem. Didn't drag this little belt up. Wow. Okay. Now they're building. Well, that means it will end up being done soon. And you are struggling, but that's okay because we don't need science now anyway. And we have one more of these. Two more when he or she has recharged. I guess the robot doesn't really have a gender in this game. What's he doing with it? Huh. I wonder where he's bringing that. Might be to the supply area because for some reason I left the logistic system. I'm not sure if there's a hole somewhere. Yeah, I might have gone down here in the green area. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It'll show up in the inventory sooner or later. And for what we're going to do now, I'm going to need more logistic slots. Ah, there it is. Okay. So, don't need stone furnaces, don't need this many mining drills. I'm not sure if I recycle mining drills, but okay. And these are fine, don't need 500 of these anymore. I'm going to change these to blues. So one stack, and one stack, and do I need more than one stack? Let's get 2 stacks. I build everything from space anyway, so I'm usually just using ghosts. Let's see, logistic slots, yes. Rail. I'm going to need 500 of these, and I'm getting a stack of each of these as well. 50, that's a huge stack, but it only takes 1 slot in the inventory, so that's fine. Now I need to make sure I don't leave the area. I'm going to build the train station over here, and we're going to come into the base here, then 1 train station here, and then going out this way. I'm not sure how big it's going to be, but I'm going to try to make it expandable. And I'm going to try to build all of the things we need. But this is going to be new for me. And as you see, I have delayed it another episode because we are now at the 30-minute mark, but I'm going to make a tiny section of it right now. So at least I have started, because that's what I said I would do. I enjoy this copper. I don't enjoy this iron right now, but that's a tomorrow problem. So with rails, let's see, I'm confusing myself now because I forgot to move this as well. Let's move you to the other side of the base. You can go, let's say there, sure. Oh, and a little bit of pipe. Oh no, a little bit of pipe, that means I cut it. Yeah. And okay, replace. Sure. When it's moved, I can blow up some biters in the next episode, but that's not until then. Oh, and I have to blow up some biters right now. Let's see if we have the blueprint. Yeah. Okay, here and here. No, hurry up. This is assembling machine 3s. They are valuable, so don't kill them, please. At least the robots are... it's replacing the red belts as we speak, so the biters will just keep biting, basically, at the same location. Okay. Everything is fine now. Everything is saved. Let's... quick overview. This is not safe, so there. Well, I guess it is safe because of the cliff. And now here's an issue. I want more solar panels. And I think I'm going to build them. Let's see if the rail network goes down here and this can be across. I do have room for one more of this huge one. So I'm going to remove this. This is a bit of almost a bit of a gamble because right now, let's see, remove this and place this, because if not, we can't see where to build. And I'm going to make a huge blueprint of this whole thing now. And then plop it down. Let's see. This one definitely needs a walkway between, but only one tile really. So I'm going to plop it down even though the radar isn't placed yet, because then it will start and we can replop the blueprint on top of itself to set this section up. And this way I can start the turreting. Oh, and it's already done. So let's do this like so. There is a radar down here, that's very nice. And this is a good corner to defend. This is good to defend as well. And one in the middle. One here and one in the middle. Okay. Now, it's nice to have these building, and it's going to place everything like the roboports and the electricity. And the turrets now, of course, at once the roboports are placed. Let's see how, yeah, everything can be placed. It will blink a bit, and that's something we can't avoid, but that's fine. So I heard that rails, I'm going to do right-hand drive on the rails, and I'm going to make blueprints for them. And the there needs to be power poles along the way, like so. So you need at least one rail between, but that's way too close in my opinion. So I was thinking 2, but then I heard that if you leave 3 between, like this, 3 between, and then go, it's easier to do major crossings with signals. So that's what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to leave 3 between. And that means this fits in the middle. I'm going to drag this as far as we can. There. And then there was the rail signals for right-hand drive. So I'm going to place it there. And this side is going to go in the other direction. But I'm going to place that here. And then copy all the way down there and see if it's tileable. And it looks like it is. But when tiling this is why we need the armor, because it, we are going to have to build it ourselves. But using this section and copying it will mean that there will be a signal for every pole, and that's too much, and it's a bit of a waste, I think. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to drag this down, and I'm going to drag this down, and I'm going to drag this down. There. And that means if I put the rail signal at the correct location here, then this should be a nice block to use as a blueprint. So that's a good start for that. Now I'm also going to put up a lamp, and I'm going to put the lamp on the side of, let's see, I'm not sure where I'm going to put the lamp. Let's put the lamp on the side, because if I flip it and go right, yeah, it doesn't matter where we put the lamp really. So I'm going to put it there, and then I have to put it at the same location here, because this is going to be tileable with the lamp. I'm also going to connect wires, because if you want to connect outposts with wires to, you know, a different outpost, then it's nice to already have these placed, and when building from a blueprint, these will be free, completely free. So they will just be a part of the thing. And now let's see, you go there. I'm not sure if I even need the lamp there, because that's outside. Yeah, so I'm going to move the lamp actually. I'm going to have it there so it's inside the copy paste area. And that way we can remove not this, this, and this, like so. And I think this is correct. It doesn't feel correct right now. I think I might have placed the first power pole at a wrong location. You see, the power pole isn't aligned right now. So I'm going to move this power pole one up here, because then it's aligned with everything. Okay, and then the lamp needs to move as well to here. And everything else needs to move as well. Because the rails are built on a 2x2 grid, I'm not sure if that one mattered actually, but for the duplication of a blueprint, I want to try to make it as good as possible, and let's see if it hits now. It doesn't. So we remove this, remove this, remove this, and place there. And I do believe that that's better. Let's look at this now and make sure it's tileable. If we connect, that's fine. And we wasted the wires as well, so those are going to go into the blueprint. Green wire and red wire. And there we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to turn this blueprint 180 degrees, if that will matter at some point. But it will definitely be flipped like this. But when turning it 180 degrees, the only thing that moves is the lamp. And that's almost a bit annoying, but it's also impossible to not have it do that. Unless I place them at different locations, like next to the light and stuff, but then it will double up on them. So I'm going to keep it like this for now, and if it gets annoying with double lamps and stuff later, then I'm going to change it. I'm also going to have a lamp here, actually. So that's the first rail blueprint made. And I also think that, let's make sure this is safe. It looks very safe right now. That's nice. And it will just build as we get the materials. I really enjoy this blueprint. It looks very nice, and it will be a nice mosaic pattern. Let's see. 6 of these, 11 and 7. 7, 11, that's a pun almost. Nice timing. And, well, quickly before we end the episode, I'm going to make the start of the same blueprint, but with this kind of thing. And there. Because that needs to be done. I'm also going to have 3 between here. So I'm placing 1, 2, 3, and then this is going to be the thing. Because of the perspective, they look closer to each other compared to these, and that's a weird thing with the motor. And that also go if you turn it a bit. They look like they almost get closer and change location. But that's fine. So we have this, we need the purple, and in the middle, I think that would be here. Just making sure it feels aligned right now. It might not be, but let's go with it like that. Anyway, so lamp and the stop, where's our signals? Yeah, not a stop, a signal. Okay, and then we need to drag this up. And this is going to be annoying to, well, not annoying, but it's going to be a bit fiddly, maybe. Not there, and not there. Oh, it wasn't fiddly at all. That's perfect, as long as they connect now, and they do. Okay, that was not a problem. And that's too far, that's too far, so there. Yeah, and that seems aligned, just making sure. I want to get this correct if it's going to be in the blueprint book, and I don't want to do mistakes like the green array. You know, making a blueprint that just doesn't work. And then removing, and I think this is good. I need to test this before I call it done. But does it seem correct now? Let's look at it. Let's see how it looks if we connect it. That seems fine, actually. And on the top side, that seems fine as well. It connects. It also overlaps the power pole, and the signal is fine. So that's good. That's 2 done. That's 2 done. Just need to connect these with wires now. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the green and the red. There. So this is a nice non-start, I guess, because I haven't really started building anything. But that's fine for now, because in the next episode, I believe our personal roboports will be available and we can start building the station and everything. Now, I'm not going to start a new research because I want to keep all the materials we can for everything, because as you see, we don't have enough incoming. Maybe the iron can be helped. Probably not, unless I split off and share belts. But so the first thing I'm going to do, I think, with the rails is going down here and make a smelting outpost. And to do that, we also need to put these kinds of things in a box. That's going to happen at some point as well. Now, 11 and 7 still. So the red chips are still struggling so much. And right now, I believe it's my fault because I toned down the making of them. So as a final thing this episode, I'm going to help it out a little bit so it gets better in the next one. And I'm also going to prioritize the green chips here, because even if oh wow, this isn't upgraded. Okay. Even if we do need new belts, we need the green chips more. Yeah, this is better. And then it will send everything else to this place that's just struggling and struggling. But these are not complete at all. This is really struggling, but that's fine. That's fine. And I completely forgot what... Oh yes, helping the red chips should also help the blue chips. But for now, the blue chips are actually way fine. So let's look at this and boop, boop. And the beacons. I need to move stuff for room for this beacon. I need to move the belt as well, but for now that's not something I'm going to do because this is way much, because we cut the axis here and don't need to use the power on this. And there. And speeding up this side as well now. This is going to help so much. Like so. And this little feller isn't getting enough material, so might as well move them here. Good. The speed on this is high. It's crafting speed 3, and that's because it's beaconed. And what we need now is productivity in this to save copper, but right now we have a lot of copper, so for now that's fine. The next ones are going to be used for that. In the next episode, we are also going to murder some poor aliens out there with the artillery. Anyway, no time to do that now, and yes, this was it for today. Started the rail though. I'm very happy with that. It only took 50 minutes to build a tiny bit of rail. Let's hope that we get everything done to continue it tomorrow. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti. Bye bye.